Hey, it's Seyko with Locked On Nittany Lions, and this is Zane Brancefield, contributor to the show. Penn State wins 63-7 over the visiting Delaware Blue Hens right here in Beaver Stadium behind us. It is raining. Penn State was able to hold off the storm. Man, did they put the Blue Hens in a tornado with Singleton having 3 touchdowns, a hat trick, Kaytron Allen over 100 yards himself, the ground game over 300 yards respectively total. Bo Prabula got a touchdown, Zane, on the ground. I mean, overall, it was a great day, and how could we not forget DeLuca's pick 6 to really cap it all off for the Nittany Lions. They're 2-0 on the season. That's the most important part. And then they go into Illinois. They're going to take on the Fighting Illini, who look like a shell of themselves compared to last season. And then Penn State's got revenge on the mind from that 2021 game. So Zane, ultimately, what are your takeaways from a win over? It's not so much about analyzing what Penn State was able to do against Delaware, okay? This was an FCS team. They were if you were watching this show, if you watched the show, the game preview, you knew this was coming. And Penn State just got it done. No matter what the score was, we knew they were going to win, and we knew they were going to win by a lot. So what do you take away from today's game?
Well, Penn State football's offense is a lot deeper than everybody gives them credit for. Whether that be like Amari Evans getting his first career touchdown here at Penn State, from Bo Prabula getting his first passing touchdown. Penn State has guys in every angle. We even had Trey Potts, who went on and had an incredible game there late in the fourth quarter. And Penn State is somebody people shouldn't be sleeping on if they are, because even on defense, Penn State has those guys. The offensive line had those guys. Lots of freshmen got lots of time playing in the game, and James Franklin was very happy about it. And on the defensive end, like DeLuca got a pick 6, but you put all those other guys in late in the game, like Elliott Washington, who had an incredible game defensively, getting a lot of tackles and lots of pass deflections.
I think that's the most important part of this, is that you had freshmen, you had young guys, you had rotational guys get valuable reps, valuable minutes in today's game. I mean, Delaware, hey, they're an FCS team. They were ranked in the top 20 coming into today's game. So you played good talent. Not the best in the world, but you played good talent, and I just like what Penn State has to offer. There's more than just the first string. The second string looks very capable. Bo Prabula even got to go with the first string, the starters, and that's very important. And James Franklin brought it up in his post-game presser. He said that when you show what Bo Prabula can do, now you add an extra element to the starting offense, where you have Drew Allar being, as efficient as he is. I think Drew Allar is, the people aren't giving him enough credit. He is underrated. He is making all the right decisions as a veteran quarterback. He's only started 2 games, and the way that he goes through his progression, he trusts his offensive line. He doesn't panic. He rolls out when he needs to, and he does it with authority. He does it with accuracy. It feels like he's never under pressure, even when the defensive pass rush is pressuring him in his face. He feels totally calm, relaxed, and everything else. So I'm really excited for this Penn State team. I mean, Zane, there's nothing to analyze from Delaware. They're only going to provide so much resistance. But Illinois, watching that Kansas game, I know the final score said 34-23, but Illinois was playing from behind a lot of the time, okay? So for Penn State, I thought that Illinois was going to be a tougher game, but losing Ryan Walters as the defensive coordinator, the guys, the key contributors they lost from a season ago, Penn State, with revenge on its mind, they're going to blow this team out at the end of the day.
Yeah, like you said, they're going to blow Illinois out of the water. Penn State has too much depth, so even if something happens and our top guys, our starters get tired, if somehow Drew Allar gets tired of the game, Bo Prabula looks polished enough today to be able to go out in the Illinois defense and absolutely shred them apart.
Penn State gets it done, 63-7 over Delaware. Again, if you were watching this show, we got it right on the money. We knew that points were coming today. We knew that the ground game was going to dominate, and it did. He's Zane Brancefield. You can follow him on X, on Twitter. You can follow myself on X at Twitter, and you can follow the show Locked On Nittany. Become an everydayer. Subscribe to the podcast wherever you get your podcasts, and on YouTube for more Penn State football content here on Locked On Nittany Lions.